Hello student, in this video I am going to solve the most expected question in NEET 2020 from the chapter hydrocarbons. Let me solve the question one by one. See the first question here. Decarboxylation of isobutyric acid leads to. Okay, now we have to identify the particle of the product here. The isobutyric acid is this one. So this is the CH3, the CH, and here it is the CH3, and this is the COA. This is the isobutyric acid. Decarboxylation takes place in the presence of the soda lime. The soda lime is nothing but the mixture of solid sodium hydroxide and the calcium oxide. Okay, just see this one. In the first reactions, whenever the carboxylic acid reacts with the base, it forms the respective salt. Here the salt we are going to get which is the sodium salt of isobutyric acid. Okay, this is the particle the salt what you are going to get. Again, whenever this further is treated with the soda lime, whenever if you heat this one here, you just identify here the byproduct what you are going to get is the sodium carbonate. Okay, the byproduct I am going to write here, that is the Na2CO3. Now see the remaining what you are going to have here, CH3, and here the remaining is the CH2CH3. Now we got the alkane, so this is the propane. Now we got the propane. If you do particularly the decarboxylations for isobutyric acid, the product what you are going to get is what? Propane. Okay. In this case, the option is B. The option is B. Next one. An alkane C7H16 is produced by the reaction of lithium the 3-pentyl cuprate with ethyl bromide. The structural formula of the compound. Okay. The reaction is nothing but the Corey-House reactions. Okay, this is the Corey-House reactions. Okay, so this is the most important reactions to prepare the alkanes. Okay, so this the dialkyl. This is the dialkyl. This is the lithium. This is the cuprate. Okay. The dialkyl copper lithium is also called as the Gilman reagent. So this reagents what you are going to call is nothing but the Gilman reagents. Is nothing but the Gilman reagent. Okay, see this one. Now we have to identify the alkane here. So what they are given, this is the lithium 3-pentyl cuprate. Okay, let me write the particular structure here. That is the CH3, CH2. And here it is the C, and here you just identify here. So here we can identify the particle the 3-pentyl. Okay, see this one. So it is a di. I'm going to write this is the di, and the next thing is we are having a which one? That is the copper lithium. Okay, so we are having a which one? This is the copper. This is the lithium. Okay, this is the di. This is the 3-pentyl. In the third positions we are having this one. Okay, whenever it is treated with the ethyl bromide. Okay, just go to this one here. This is the ethyl bromide here. So this is the alkyl halide reacts with the Gilman reagent. Here the reactions takes place according to the SN2 mechanism. So remember the one thing, especially in the Corey-House reactions, we can take the methyl halide as well as the primary alkyl halide. Secondary and tertiary is very difficult to perform. That means we can't identify the secondary and tertiary alkyl halide reacts with the Gilman reagent, because reaction proceeds through the SN2 mechanism. Okay, hence only the primary and also the methyl halide they proceeds the Corey-House reaction. Now see this one. So this is the particle. This is the metal always carries the positive charge, and this become the entire this alkyl group. This is the negative charge. Okay, so now it undergoes the nucleophilic substitution reactions, and finally what we are going to get is, see this one here. So here in the third positions, so we can identify the which is the ethyl, that is the C2H5. Okay, and here the rest remains the syn. Okay, now we have to identify the name of this compound. We have to select the longest carbon chain. So let me take the particular longest carbon chain here. This is the 4th. This is the 5th. In the third positions, what you are having, this is the ethyl. That shows that the 3-ethyl. That is the pentane. Okay, 3-ethyl pentane. Hence the option in this one is the C. Okay, so next one. Which of the following reaction gives the non-resolvable product? Okay, you have to identify what exactly the non, that is the resolvable product is nothing but the which is the meso compounds. Is nothing but the which is the meso compounds. Okay, or else the compounds what you are going to identify, it contains the which is the plane of symmetry. So whatever the product we are going to get in this reactions, we are going to identify the plane of symmetry. If I identify the plane of symmetry, that refers to which in the meso compound, that means optically inactive. Okay, so let me take the first one here. So remember one thing here, this is the all they're given is the alkene. The reactions with the osmium tetroxide, it is one of the oxidizing agent. It always gives you which is that is the syn addition. That means you just identify the product for the first one. Okay, I'm going to write the product for this one here. So here we are going to get this product here. So here the double bond, so which gives you the respective, that is the diol. Okay, I'm going to write this one here. This is the CH3, and here it is the OH. So again here also you are going to get the same, the condition is the same. Here also you are going to have the which is the syn addition. The syn additions, here we are going to have the respective diols. Okay, just go to this one here. So here it is the OH, and here also we are going to have the OH. So similarly, but just go to this one here, it is not the bromine. So we don't have the which is the diffuser sunlight, but here you just identify this one. These two combines to form the which is the hypobromous acid. Hence the Br is attached to the one of the alkene carbon. Next thing is the OH. Okay, just go this one. And if you identify this one, okay, so you just identify this is the performic acid. Okay, so it is not, see the one more thing here, it is not further acidification. Hence it forms the respective, that is the epoxides. Okay, just go this one. Here we are going to have like this. So this is the product what you are going to get. Okay, but what you have to identify is the which one the meso compound or the plane of symmetry. Okay, you just identify this one. If you cut into the two halves here, so you can identify the equal part. That means what you can identify here, plane of symmetry we can identify. But you just identify this one. If you cut into the two halves, we can't identify. So there is a absence of the which in the plane of symmetry. So you just identify absence of plane of symmetry. And here also if you cut into the two halves, we can't identify the plane of symmetry. Only the plane of symmetry we can identify in this one. That means they are meso compound, is nothing but the non-resolvable product. But here we can't identify the which in the plane of symmetry. Okay, so only that means the plane of symmetry we can't identify here. Here also we can't identify. Here also only we can identify in this one. Okay, hence in this case the option is the which one, the A. Okay, next one. So in the following sequence of the reaction, the alkene offered the compound B. Okay, let me write the particular the alkenes here. Okay, see this one here. So we are having a which is the 2-butene here, CH3 CH double bond CH single bond CH3. So whenever it reacts with the ozone, it forms the respective ozonides. The respective ozonides here is this one. Okay, so here we got the respective, that is the ozonide. That is on the monoozonide. So why we are going to get the monoozonide? Because we are having only the one double bond. Okay, see the next one here. This ozonide is followed with by the which in the zinc and the water. So whenever it is treated with the zinc, it will be cleaves here. Okay, here we can identify the cleavage here. Okay, here also you can identify the cleavage here. Okay, now you just identify what is the remaining, CH3CHO. So we got the CH3CHO. Again see the next one here, CH3CHO. So we got the acetaldehyde or ethanol, 2 moles of which one, the acetaldehyde. Okay, hence in this case the option is the which one, that is the A. Okay, so next one. In the reaction, the product, the major, as the major product, the A here. Okay, so see the particular this one here. So whenever it is treated with the sulfuric acid, because it is an alcohol, reacts with the sulfuric acid, it undergoes which is the dehydration. Okay, so now see the particular the reaction mechanism here. Okay, I'm going to show the reaction mechanism. See this one. The first step is always which in the formation of the protonated alcohol. Okay, so let me write this is the CH3. Here also the CH3. Okay, so now see this one. So first you are going to get the which is the protonated alcohol here. Okay, so I'm going to write the protonated alcohol here. So this is the OH. Here also the H, and this oxygen carries the positive charge. Okay, now see the next one here, and the next step is the formation of the carbocation. That means here we can identify like this. So here the water. Okay, just go to this one here. Okay, I'm going to write the carbocations here. Just see this one here. So here this is the C plus, and here it is your the CH3. Here also what you are having CH3. Okay, so remember the one of the concept here. Okay, so whenever there is a formation of the carbocation, whatever the reaction mechanism it may be, so you have to identify the identify the methyl shift or the hydrate shift, so as to get the most stable carbocation. Not only the hydrate or the methyl shift, but maybe the ring expansion also. When you do the ring expansion, the stability of the carbocation goes on increases. Okay, let me do the ring expansion here. I'm going to write this is the first carbon, this is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth, and the fifth. Okay, so now I'm going to expand the ring so as to get the more stable carbocation. That means the fifth carbon is attached to the first carbon. Okay, now see the next one here. So here I'm going to write which is the 5-membered ring here. So 5-membered ring here. And again I'm going to indicate the number. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, this is the fifth. Okay. Now see this one. In the first carbon we are having a 2-methyl. Okay, let me write the 2-methyl here. This is the 2-methyl. Okay. So now the positive charge comes to the second position. Okay, the positive charge will be passed to the second position. We did the ring expansion, but still we can identify the carbocation which is less stable. So now what you have to do is again we have to do the methyl shift. If you do the methyl shift from year to year, just go to this one here, year to year. Now we are going to get the stable carbocation. Now see this one here. So this is the CH3. So and this position, the first position carries the particular positive charge. This is the carbocation, which is more stable than the previous one. And the next thing is the elimination of the proton. But here we know that this carbon carries which in the hydrogen here. Okay, now see the elimination. So this will be eliminates, and see the final product what you are going to get here. That is this is the first and the second positions. We can identify the double bond. That is the CH3. Here also we can identify the double bond, that is the CH. This is the major product. Okay, remember one thing here. Whatever the reactions mechanism it may be, if there is a formation of carbocation, you have to do the methyl shift or hydrate shift or maybe the ring expansion, so as to get the most stable carbocation. But here we got the most stable carbocation, as the product what you are going to get is this one. Okay, hence the option in this reaction is what? D. Okay, so next one. The final product D in the above sequence of the reactions is, okay, see this one. So first thing they are given which is the butadiene here. Okay, just go to this one here. Okay, I'm going to write the bond line representations here. Okay, this is the double bond. Okay, so whenever it is reacts with the cyclohexene. Okay, this is the Diels-Alder reactions here. Okay, this is the which one? That is the Diels-Alder reactions. Okay, see this one. So this particular, whenever it is heated with this one here, okay, so now we can identify. So this double bond attached to here, and this comes here, and this goes to here. Okay, and now here we got the which is this compound here. Okay, see this one here. So here it is the double bond, and here we got this one. Okay, and the next thing is, so whenever it is reacts with the that is the 2, that is the NBS is nothing but the N-bromosuccinimide. It reacts with the particulars the allylic. That means it undergoes the substitutions towards the allylic carbon. Here the allylic carbon is this one. Here also the allylic carbon is this one. Okay, that means here where they indicate the 2 moles. Hence here the product what you are going to get is which is the allylic. This is the product here. Just go to this one here. This carbon is the allylic carbon. Hence the bromine is attached to the this allylic one. Okay, and this is the product what we are going to get. Okay, see the next one here. So and the next thing is whenever it is treated with the alcoholic potassium hydroxide. So this will be act as a which is the dehydrohalogenation. That means whenever the particular the alkyl halides is treated with the alcoholic potassium hydroxide, it undergoes the dehydrohalogenations. Okay, here we can identify the two halogens here. Okay, hence we can identify the dehydrohalogenation, and here we are going to get this one. Okay, this is nothing but the which is the tetraline. Okay, this is nothing but the tetraline, but still we can identify the reaction. Just identify the next one here. Then it is treated with the palladium with the carbon. Okay, see this one. In most of the case, if you're talking about the palladium with the carbon, okay, and also it is having the hydrogens, we can identify the which is the catalytic hydrogenation. But here you just identify whenever the palladium is treated with this one. Okay, but here we can identify the the D, this is what the hydrogenation. Okay, here we can identify this one. Okay, here the particularly in this particular the what the carbon, especially here there is a formation of, this is what the double bonds. Okay, here we can identify the double bonds here. Okay, so now what we got here, in this case we got the which is what the product, that is the which is what the D. The product what we got in this reaction is what the D. Okay, so let me move on to the next questions here. The next one, see the seventh question here. Here they're given the alkynes reacts with sodium in liquid ammonia. The next one is the Linde's catalyst. So let me solve the particular this one here. So what is the product A and the B? Okay, see this one here. So let me take the first one here. This is what the alkyne. This is what the R C triple bond C. That is what the R. So here they are given the sodium in liquid. That is what the ammonia. Let me take the sodium here. It loses the one electron. That is what it forms the Na plus and the one electron. Just go to this one. So this electrons. Okay, the one electron goes to here, and here the two electrons will be shifted to this carbon, and here we can identify this carbon carries the one electron, and the next carbon carries which is the two electron. That means we are having like this. This is the minus. And see the next one here. Here they are given the ammonia. So this ammonia I am going to write it in this form here. So now you just identify this, the carbon ion readily abstract the which is the hydrogen, and here you are going to get like this. Now see the intermediate what you are going to get. This is the R. Again we are going to have the one electrons here. It is a double bond C, and here it forms the H, and this is the R. But again in the reaction mixture we are having the sodium. Again it loses the one electron. Just go to this one here. Again it will be goes to the this carbon. Okay, and now here the the intermediate what you are going, this is the R. See, this will be carries the minus. Okay, this is the double bond. This is the H, and this is the R. Okay, and again in the reaction mixture we are having which is the ammonia. I'm going to write the ammonia in this form here. Okay, this will be attached like this, and see the particular product here. This is the R, this is the H, and here this is the double bond. This is the H, and this is the R. Okay, just identify this one. Here we can identify the additions of the hydrogens to the alkynes. Here the product what you are going to get is the alkene. See the hydrogen, they are in the opposite side. Hence we are going to get the which is the trans isomer. Okay, so remember one thing. This is nothing but the which is the Birch reductions. Okay, this is nothing but the which is the Birch reductions here. Okay, so Birch reductions of alkynes always gives you which is the trans. This one you have to remember. Okay, in most of the competitive level this is the exam, you may get the one question based on this one. This is the Birch reductions, maybe the Linde's catalyst. Okay, let me go for the Linde's catalyst here. So this Linde's catalyst nothing but the which is the palladium supported over the barium sulfate. Okay, and we are going to use the which is the hydrogen. Okay, see this one here. So again this is for the first one here. I'm going to show the mechanism for the second one. Normally this reaction taking place, the catalytic hydrogenation means what we need which is the catalyst. Okay, just consider this one. If it is for the hydrogen molecule, there is directly, that means it is very difficult to break the hydrogen to hydrogen bond. But whenever if you take the particles the metal. Okay, so that is here we are having which is the palladium. Consider this is the catalyst, the palladium. Whenever the hydrogen gas absorbed on the surface of the metal, here we can identify the hydrogen in this form. Okay, so the molecule we are going to get in the form of the atoms. Okay, so now we can identify the additions here. Okay, that means this is the surface of the metal. We are having the two hydrogen atom. Okay, just go to this one here. So this particular, that is the hydrogen attacks to the particular the carbon. So triple bond becomes the double bond. Okay, and here we are going to identify, and finally you just identify this particular the catalyst that will be remains as it is here. See the additions, it will be simultaneously added to the particles the carbon to carbon triple bond, and see this one, these two hydrogen present on the which in the same side. Okay, hence what you are going to get, this is the cis. Okay, remember one thing here. If we take the alkynes treated with the Linde's catalyst, the treated with the Linde's catalyst always gives you which is the cis product. Okay, Birch reductions, maybe the sodium, or else you can take the lithium also. So what you are going to get is the trans. Okay, hence A is the trans. So B, what we got, that is the cis. Okay, so hence the option is the which is the B. Okay, A is a trans, B is what, cis. Okay, next one. So the final product of the following sequences. Okay, now see this one here. So first thing, they are given the calcium oxide. Calcium oxide combines with carbon to form, that is the calcium carbide. So we are going to get the calcium carbide. So this calcium carbide on treated with the which is the water. Okay, here we are going to get the gas, that is the acetylene we are going to get. So along with the acetylene we are going to get the which is the calcium hydroxide. Okay, so what is the main product we got here, that is the acetylene. It is also called as a which is the ethane. Okay, hence in this case the option is which one, that is the C. Okay, so next one, the ozonolysis of benzene gives. Okay, just go to this one here. So you have to identify what is the product you can get into, whether we are going to get the one molecule of glyoxal or two molecules of the glyoxal or three molecules of glyoxal. Okay, see this one here. So just go to this one here. This is the benzene. I'm going to indicate the alternate single and double bond. This is the double bond, double bond, double bond. Okay, so whenever it reacts with the ozone, so we know that it is having a 3, that is the double bond. That means you require the 3 moles of the which is the ozone. See the first one here. So here it completely breaks the this double bond, and here you are going to get the which is the ozonide like this. So here we got the which is the ozonide. Okay, so next one. So here we are having the single bond, that is this one. Okay, and again here again we got the which is the ozonide. Okay, so that means you have to break the which is the particular the bond here. Okay, so next one, again we are having this single bond, that this will be remains as it is here. Okay, again here we can identify the ozonide. See the ozonide here. So here we are having which is the O like this. Okay, and this is the this one. Okay, just identify. This is one of the ozonide, that is here. And in the second, in the here we got the ozonide, and even the third double bond also we got the ozone. This is what you are going to call, that is the benzene triozonide. Okay, the name of this compound is the benzene triozonide. Okay, so see this one. So complete ozonolysis means what? Again, what you are going to take, there's a zinc and the water. Okay, just go to this one here. Here it will be cleaves like this. Okay, so here also we can identify the cleavage. Okay, see this one. So this is the reductive ozonolysis here. Okay, just go to this one here, and again here also we can identify the cleavage. Okay, see this one. So here we are having a CHO. Again, what you are having, CHO. So let me write this one here. Okay, CHO. Again, what you are having, CHO. Okay, so just go this one, CHO, and here also CHO. Okay, you are having which is the one more molecule, again the CHO. That means here we can identify the which is the 3 moles of which one. This is the compound what you are going. This is the common name. This is the glyoxal. How many the molecules of glyoxal we are going to get? The 3 molecules. The 3 molecules of glyoxal we are going to get when the benzene undergoes which is the ozonolysis. Okay, hence in this case the option is C. The option is C. Okay, next one. When HCl gas is passed through the propane in the presence of the benzoyl peroxide, it gives. Okay, so see this one here. So we are having which is the propene, CH3 CH double bond CH2, and the next thing is this is the HCl. But here they are given the which is the benzoyl peroxide. But remember one thing here, but actually the condition is the which is the anti-Markovnikov rule, or the which is the peroxide effects, or maybe the Karash effects here. But only the especially for the peroxide effects or the anti-Markovnikov area. For peroxide effects, you have to remember this one, only HBr answers. Only HBr. Only HBr, but not HCl, and the HI. So here the condition is which in the peroxide effects or the Karash effects here, but only HBr. But here what the hydrogen halide they are given, that is the HCl. Hence, even in the presence of the peroxide or maybe in the absence of peroxide, the additions take place according to the which in the Markovnikov rule only. Hence, here the product what we are going to get is which is the 2-chloro. That means the negative part is added. This is the negative part is added to the alkene of the carbon having a less number of the hydrogen. That means this chloride is attached attached to the word the ear. So hence we are going to get the which in the 2-chloropropane. It is also called as a isopropyl chloride. Okay, hence in this case the option is B. Okay, so next question. So see this one here. So we are having it in the 1-nitro, that is the word the naphthalene. Okay, so just remember one thing here. Okay, so let me take the word this one here. This is the word the one, that is the word the nitronaphthalene. Okay, I'm going to write the word this naphthalene like this. Okay, here I'm going to indicate the which is the word the nitro. Okay, the same thing here. So whenever if you do the word the oxidation by using the which is the word the potassium permanganate in acidic medium, remember one thing. So initially it forms the word the here we can identify the double bond here. Here it forms the word the OH, this is the diols. Okay, further oxidation, because it is in the presence of the word the acid here. So here we are going to get, you just identify this one here. So here this will be remains the word the same. This particular the word the double bond that will be breaks here. Okay, and forms the which is the word the oxidations. Okay, and here it forms, that is the word the C double bond OH. So it forms the word the respective, that is the word the carboxylic acid. So here in this position there will be a which on the oxidations here. Here also you can identify the word the oxidation, forms the respective, that is the word the carboxylic acid, and here in this position we can identify this will be remains as it is here. Okay, so now we got the which is the word the, that is the word the nitro, that is the word the nitro, that is the word the phthalic acid. Okay, hence the option in this case is the which is the word the A. Okay, so next one. So see this one here. Okay, it is similar to the which is the hydroboration oxidation reaction. Instead of the diborane, they took the which is the boron, that is the deuteride. Okay, see this one here. See the first one what you are going to get here. So this is the propene they are given, CH3 CH double bond CH2. Okay, so if you do the word the particularly word the hydroboration oxidation reactions here. Okay, so the final product what you are going to get is the, which is the trialkyl, that's the word the borane. Okay, but here we are going to get like this. Instead of the hydrogen we are having which is the deuterium, and here the first product what you are going to get is the, which is the trialkyl. Okay, this will be the word the borane. And next thing is what if you do the word the oxidations here. Okay, by using the word the hydrogen peroxide in the presence of the word the base, and here we are going to get the which is the respective alcohol. The respective alcohol what you are going to get is this one. Okay, we got the which on this one, because so here also, because if you're talking about this one, this part is attached to the which is the word the carbon having the which is the less number of the word the hydrogen. Okay, so hence in this case what the particular the word the product we are going to get is what the option is, that is the word the B. Okay, it is similar to the which in the hydroboration oxidation. Instead of the word the hydrogen they are given the word the deuterium, but the reactions will be the word the same. Okay, so next one. So now you just identify this one here. So here they are given the which is the word the dihalo, there is the word the alkenes here. Okay, so now this they are given the which is the word the geminal. But see the word this conditions here. This is the which is the word the tertiary, there is the word the potassium tertiary butoxide. Okay, this is one of the which is the word the strong base. Okay, and also see the next one here, and also they are given the which is the heating symbol. Okay, so when you have the strong base along with the word the heating symbol, it readily undergoes the which is the word the elimination reaction. It readily undergoes the word the elimination reaction. The base and also the heating always gives you the elimination, that is the reaction. Whatever the which is the alkyl halide may be, it may be which in the primary or maybe the which is the secondary, but readily undergoes the which in the elimination. Okay, just go to this one here. So this is the particular reactants what they are given here. So this is the word the, see this one here. So this is what the Cl, this is what the CH3. Okay, so whenever it is heated, okay, using the word this one. Okay, I'm going to take the which is the base here. Okay, this is what the CH3, this is the tertiary, this is what the butoxide here, and here we can identify the word the eliminations. Okay, because you have to eliminate the which is the hydrogen as well as the chlorine, it undergoes the dehydrohalogenations here, but here we can't remove the word the hydrogen, because to remove the word the 2 chlorine you require the word the 2, that is the word the hydrogen. Hence there is a which in the 3 hydrogens in this case. Hence we can identify the word the this product here. Here we can identify C triple bond CH. So this is the word the dehydrohalogenation. So this is nothing but the which is the word the beta elimination. Okay, hence in this case the option is D. Okay, so next one. Now see the 14th question here. Anti-Markovnikov's additions of HBr is not observed in. Okay, so see the word this one here. They're given the word the propene, but2-ene, 1-butene, and also they're given the word the pent2-ene. Let me write the structure of the word this is your the alkenes here. So CH, the first one is your the propene, CH3, CH double bond CH2. And next thing is your the but2-ene, that is your the CH3, CH double bond CH single bond CH3. That is your the 2-butene. The 1-butene is this one, the CH2 double bond CH, CH2, and the word the CH3. And next thing is your the pent2-ene. Okay, we are having CH3, CH double bond CH, single bond CH2, and the word the CH3. So this is the word the pent2-ene. So remember one thing, Markovnikov and anti-Markovnikov additions of it may be any alkene. That means here we are talking about only the which one. This the particular the word the additions taking place only for the which one. This rule is only for the which one, unsymmetrical alkenes. This concept you have to remember. It is only for the which one the word the unsymmetrical alkene, not for the which is the symmetrical. Okay, just identify. If you break the word the particular the word the compound at the word the double bond here, we can identify the two different. The CH2 is different from the CH3CH. But you just identify in the word this one here. If you break it at the word exactly the word the carbon to carbon double bond, you are going to get the two equal parts. This refers to which in the word the symmetrical. So this is the word the unsymmetrical. This is the word the symmetrical. Okay, just go to this one. If you break it here, again what you can identify, this is the word the unsymmetrical. And again if you break it at in the word the last alkene, again what you can identify, this is also the which is the word the unsymmetrical. Okay, but actually the word the anti-Markovnikov or the Markovnikov also, it will be only for the which is the word, this condition is only for the which is the unsymmetrical alkene, not for the which is the word the symmetrical alkene. Okay, hence the option is the which is the word the B. The option is which one? The B. Okay, next one. Of the isomeric hexane, the isomer which can give two monochlorinated compounds is, okay, they are given the word the particle the word the isomers here. That is the word the one thing is the word the N-hexane. Okay, see this one here. So let me take the word the N-hexane here. That is the word the CH3. We are having a 6 carbon here. CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. Okay, this is the first one. Okay, and the next thing is your the second one is your the 2,2 dimethyl butane. 2,2, that is your the dimethyl. So we are going to have the dimethyl, that is your the CH2. So again we are having your the CH3. Okay, this is the 2,2 dimethyl, this is your the butane. So see the next one here, the 2,3, that is your the dimethyl, this is your the butane. Okay, this is your the 2,3. 2,3 dimethyl butane. Okay, and see the last one here, they are given the which in the 2-methyl pentane. Just go this 2-methyl pentane. Okay, but in this particular the questions, what you have to identify is which gives you what the 2 monochlorinated compound. Okay, just go this one. Here we can identify the word the primary and also the secondary carbon atom. If I replace the word the particulars the word the hydrogen by the word the chlorine, this will be the word the first product. And I can replace the word this will be the word the hydrogen by the chlorine. We are going to get the second product. And here also I can identify the third one. And even if you remove also, you are going to get this one. That means how many monochlorinated product you are going to get? This is 3. Okay, just identify. If I replace here, what is the name of this compound? 1-chlorohexane. If I replace here the 2-chlorohexane. If I replace here 3-chlorohexane. If I replace the word the hydrogen by the chlorine, again we are going to get the 3-chloro. Hence, what are the possibilities we are having? Only the word the 3 monochlorinated. But this is what the intention to identify the 2 monochlorinated product. Okay, just go this way. If I replace the word the hydrogen by the chlorine in this particular the carbon, okay, and if I replace the word the hydrogen in this carbon and even this one also, because all gives you what the same. That means these 3, if I replace at the word the hydrogen by the chlorine in these particular the word the methyl, we are going to get the same product. Okay, this is the one product. So these all 3 together gives you what the one product. So wherever if you replace, you are going to get the same the product here. And I can replace the particle the hydrogen by the chlorine here also, and I can replace the hydrogen in this one also. So totally we can identify the word the 3, that's the word the chloro, that's the word the monochlorinated, the 3 monochlorinated compounds. Come to this one. If I replace here and here, we can get the one product, and if I replace and here is one product. That means these 2 what you can identify, they are the word the same. So whether you can replace in this carbon or maybe this one, maybe the word this one, or maybe here. So we can identify the same product here. And also if I replace the word I can replace the word the hydrogen in this one. This also same results the word the same. Okay, just go this one. This is the word the second, the monochlorinated. This will be the word the first. That means how many we can identify? Only the word the 2. But come to here. So this gives you what the same product here. This will be the word the second. This will be the word the third. This will be the word the fourth. This will be the word the fifth. We can identify the which is the word the 5. That is the word the monochlorinated compounds in this one. But our intention to identify the word the 2. But in this case we can identify the word the 2 monochlorinated product. If I replace here, here we are going to get 1-chloro 2,3 dimethyl. That is the butane. And even if I replace here also, the product will be the word the same. And if I replace here, maybe here or maybe here, the product remains the word the same. That means this becomes the 2-chloro 2,3 dimethyl. That's the word the butane. Okay. Hence, in this case, the option is the which is the word the C. The option is C.